Hello, everyone, and welcome to WEEZCAST. I am your host, Aidan Morden, with co-host
Caleb Chassis
and co-host
Stephen Primar
and special guest
Ciaran Coghill.
Welcome to the show.
We have just listened to the, as of yet, final Weezer album. It has been a fun journey listening to all these albums and having all of these magnificent guests, and it's really been great. But it's the last one for now. But I'm sure we'll get a couple more this year, hopefully.
You're telling me I get the final album?
For now, yeah.
So far.
Yeah. No.
So
It's
it's pretty exciting. It's good to have you here with us. So we listened to that. So we're gonna hop right in here. You've never listened to a Weezer album before, right?
I've never listened to a Weezer album
At all?
ever.
Just
I've heard maybe 3 Weezer songs in my life.
Okay. It's a sad life.
Until today.
Yeah,
Until
now
today.
Now you've heard some more.
Now it's a good life.
11.
Now I've heard 11.
Okay. Well, we're not going to hop right into your overall opinion yet. I am dying to find out what it is. But, Stephen, what do you think of I Want a Dog?
I think you already know what I think.
I don't remember, but I remember
know.
it's going to be really upsetting for me, probably.
Well, first off, I don't want a dog. Second off, if Rivers wanted a dog, he could easily afford one, I think. So I really don't see the point of the song. Apart from that, it's terrible. It's like really slow, and his singing is just not good. So it also like speeds up really dramatically and then slows down again, and it feels like I'm in a car and someone's slamming on the accelerator and slamming on the brake, and it makes me want to throw up. That's pretty much it.
Wow.
That's how that song made me feel.
That's kind of interesting. What did you think, Ciaran?
A little more flattering than Steven.
Okay, that's good.
I want a dog, and I think this kind of hit the feels because lately my mother has been sending me dog ads, and I want a dog. But there was a instrumental breakdown before the last chorus that reminded me a lot of the Relient K Christmas album, and I think just because it's fresh in my head because it was just Christmas time and was listening to a lot of Relient K Christmas, throwing it back to the childhood.
Oh, yeah.
And that breakdown just it brought me there. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I kind of agree with you. His voice isn't the best there. I will say that. If you've heard of Aidan Morden music, his voice is a little better.
Well, I don't know. I've heard them actually be compared with each other and been mistaken for each other.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
On WEEZCAST. Is that all you have to say about it?
Yeah.
Cool. Caleb?
So it does feel like a fireplace song. It feels like there's snow on the ground and you're up in your house all warmed up and cozy. What I have to say about it is the solo's pretty good. I don't think it really sounds that bad. I mean, the voice obviously could use work. But definitely a winter song, for sure. No, I don't hate it. I like it. Good.
I love the way the song starts out with the acoustic guitar and the tambourine. And actually, that's what I wrote too about the fireplace. It sounds like it's like a really warm, crisp, and wintry song, like you're at the fireplace. And then when it picks up and the electric guitar comes in, it really sounds like something off of the Blue album. It just has like a really good classic Weezer sound to it. All around, it's a great song with a great progression. The solo is sick as frick, as per usual with Weezer. They got some great solos, which I think is probably the instrumental part that you were talking about, which I never really thought of the correlation between the Relient K Christmas album and that, but I do actually see what you're talking about. Great album. Check it out. It's fantastic. It's one of my favorite Christmas albums. And then as far as nobody really, other than Stephen, was saying much about like the meaning of the song, but I feel like this meaning of the song is much deeper than just like, oh, he wants a dog and he's saying that he wants to get a dog. I think the song's about like being kind of lost in the busyness and business of life and kind of feeling like you've sold your soul or like you don't have much of a soul anymore because it's like you're spread so thin that it's just like, I don't know, life is exhausting, and he just wishes that he had a dog because a dog, and this is going to sound weird coming from me because I don't like dogs pretty well. I like a couple dogs, but I don't like dogs. And that's probably why I'm single, because girls love dogs. Smarten up, ladies. Cats are way better. That's okay. No girls watch
That's
this.
probably why I'm single. Smarten up, lady.
You're the problem,
Yeah.
not me. So this is gonna sound weird coming from me, but dogs are like, you know, in public opinion, like such a wholesome, loving, wonderful creature, and it's just like you have a dog, and the dog just loves you unconditionally, and that feeling of having that unconditional love from your little animal or big animal if you're into big dogs, even worse than just a regular dog is a big dog. But anyway, yeah. So I think that's kind of like the meaning of it, feeling like a sellout and just wanting that piece of wholesomeness. That's something that's like pure. And then yeah, there is part of the chorus where the harmonies sound like they sound auto-tuned actually, which is weird for Weezer because it's not a usual thing, but it sounds like off-key and kind of bad, I noticed. Yeah, but I mean, I love River's voice, but I've gone on long enough. So let's move on to iambic pentameter. Does anybody know what iambic pentameter is?
No,
You don't?
not the
Do you?
slightest.
I Googled it during the song.
So you know what it is?
Kinda.
Do you care to explain to... do you know what it is?
I used to, but I forget now.
Okay. Do you want to explain it as best you can?
From my quick Google search, I got that it's a type of poetry, old type of poetry, and that I think is like 10 syllables per line or something. That's why it's called pentameter, because pent is like 10. I don't know.
I thought it was like a tool that you use.
Really?
Like, oh, I'm gonna grab my pentameter.
That's what I thought as well. before.
That's really interesting.
Never say that.
Grab
I'm going to tell you with my pentameter. I'm going to show you.
I'm gonna measure stuff with
That
my
sounds like a threat
pentameter.
when you put it that way.
Yeah.
Please don't show me your pentameter.
Yeah.
Ever.
All right. Well, with that being said, Steven, you want to start off this one too? What do you think?
Sure. This one I like much better than the previous one.
Good.
The verses I found like to be kind of boring, like just because it's slow. Like I feel like a lot of albums are slow. But when I was looking at the lyrics, I was like, oh, it's actually the lyrics are kind of cool because it's about him being unable to express really deep, strong feelings. He's talking about like trying to communicate with his mother, and he's kicking and screaming and like kind of saying the opposite of what he means, and how frustrating that is for him, which is something I really relate to and connect with. So it's like, oh, yeah, that's kind of cool. The ending of the song is like extremely chaotic and like unsettling. I feel like they do that a lot on the album as well. Just like it's all discordant, and it's like what's going on, and then it's not boring at the end. That's for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is this song written as an iambic pentameter?
It is. I think that the verses are.
Things just got wild.
I don't know if the entire song is. I don't know if it's just the chorus or just the verses. I remember I looked it up a long time ago because now it's been over a year since this album came out. But I think the whole song's written in iambic pentameter.
I don't know.
I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'm not usually, especially when it comes to Weezer.
If just the choruses, that'd be really cool because I like the chorus significantly more than the verses, like just the sound of it. So, I don't know.
So, yes, I believe so. What are your
My biggest thought was initially that was answered. What is an iambic pentameter?
Okay.
And I was thinking I didn't have time to Google it because I was trying to pay attention to the lyrics. But I was thinking this could be either a tool or it could be like an expression. You know, I was thinking like actually at first I thought it was lambic.
That's funny.
Do you think
somebody
that
else
too?
in this room also thought that? It's not. I mean, it makes sense to think that it's
Yeah.
because a capital I looks like an O.
So I was thinking, you know, like the limbic system in your brain. I was
Okay.
like, oh, maybe it's like a thought process, and then apparently it's a 10-syllable poetry thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So my thoughts were, I was so focused on what is an iambic pentameter, I forget what the song is all about and what happened in the song.
Wow.
Interesting. Also, I just realized that I forgot to turn the lights back up for the picture quality, so we're gonna put that back up because I thought it's really dark in here.
It was.
It's not now. Caleb, what do you think of lambic pentameter?
I like the melody to the verses a lot, and I like the bridge, how it goes soft and then it builds up and then transitions to the really fast violin, but I feel like the chorus was the best part in the song, and I like the song, so.
Cool. I have similar thoughts to Steven as far as, you know, what the song's about and everything. Like, it's a nice love song. I think it's a love song. He is expressing, like, he's comparing with, like, trying to express to his mother. But I think it is, because he's, like, saying, I want to express it to you. Or I wish I could in iambic pentameter, etc., etc. So it's a nice love song about wanting to express your feelings, but being bad at it. I never noticed until listening to the vinyl, which this is my first time putting this vinyl in.
What? First time?
Yeah, I waited.
Oh.
I waited.
Wow.
Lucky us.
I've listened to it on Spotify hundreds of times. But, well, not a lot of times. So anyway, I noticed that there was ukulele in this song. I never noticed that before. But, like, in vinyl, sometimes the things tend to pop out a little bit more.
I think I noticed that too.
And so the song has, like, a nice structure to it. And then where it kind of goes off on a trail, it almost feels like a little adventure. Like you're in the song and on a trip, and then it's like a little detour that's really exciting because it does get chaotic. But the violin and guitar doing the solo together, which I think is what you're talking about being really chaotic, because it is kind of chaotic, because it's kind of wild and it's really exciting. Whatever. I really liked it. I didn't think it sounded bad at all. I thought it was very cool. Because it's another really great Weezer solo, which there's no shortage of in their many albums. So I would say this song is something that I enjoy, but something that I don't enjoy is basketball
And dogs, apparently.
Yeah. And dogs. So I do like the song Basketball. I'll get to that. We're going to start it off with Ciaran this time.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on this song?
This one was like early 2000s high school punk rock.
Okay.
In the early 2000s, I was not in high school. I was in grade school. But it has that punk rock feel. And there was an acoustic plucking in the third verse that was much different from what we've heard so far. There's always, like you said, you love the guitar solo, but this one was different. This was a plucking. It was nice. It was softer. And I also don't like basketball. It is probably my least favorite sport. After golf, which is not a sport for anybody watching. Amen. But I thought it was unique. I thought it was different. This is probably my favorite one so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
The plot thickens.
Yeah.
Caleb, what did you think?
I don't have much, but I said it's okay. It's a decent song. I do like the chorus, and the verses are a bit weak for music-wise, in my opinion.
It's what?
A bit weak for music, put together, I feel like.
Okay. Steven?
I wouldn't say I hate basketball. I just don't play basketball. I have played it with friends, and it was fun. But I really don't care about basketball. So, a song about basketball just is boring to me. I wrote, again, the music is discordant and unpleasant. It's like they were...
Steven's hard to please.
He is.
I'm not that hard to please, actually.
WEEZCAST would be so boring without Steven.
Just
it would just be me and Caleb
You're like, oh, this is great.
Oh, it's not
I
bad.
love
this
this.
is
Yeah, I
amazing.
don't
Let's
hate
talk
it.
about how great it is. There'd be
It's
no
decent.
choral. Please continue.
No, it kind of sucks, actually, a little
my
bit.
It's rough. He's out of line, but he's wrong.
Wait, so that we can compare, what's your favorite band?
My favorite band ever? I don't even know in this moment. I can't think.
Okay.
Because my mind is still on Weezer, but I
Okay.
don't think
Must
they're
be
my
Weezer.
favorite.
No
It's-
comparison
I don't
then.
think so.
Whatever.
I'll think of it after.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there's just a lot of musical chaos on this album. I don't know if they're trying to be really artsy or trying to be like Vivaldi, but it doesn't sound good when you're just a rock band and not an orchestra.
Vivaldi did.
Have you ever heard the
Four
album
Seasons.
OK Human? Because
Oh.
that album disagrees as far as being a rock band and an orchestra.
They used completely different instruments on that album.
Yeah.
That's why it worked.
Whatever. Is that all?
Yeah, that's
Okay, well, concerning the song being about basketball, so it's boring you, the song is not about basketball at all. He's simply using basketball as an example. Well, I guess it is kind of about basketball because he's talking about being on the pitcher. But it's
How many
really
times does he say basketball in the song?
a lot.
40.
I'm going to start out musically. Musically, the way that the acoustic guitar is, it's got a very pork and beans or Da Vinci. It's got kind of a Da Vinci feel to it. Now, Da Vinci's a song by Weezer that's not good.
It's actually
It
pretty
is.
good.
So, it's like...
It's not bad.
You have Pork and Beans, which is a masterpiece. This song that's really good. And so it's like, this is almost like the middle of the evolution between Pork and Beans and Da Vinci. But this song's not absolute dog crap like Da Vinci. He loves it.
Honestly, I'd rather.
You guys have opposite music.
Really?
tastes.
Yeah.
What the
Well, not opposite, because I like a lot of Weezer songs. We like a lot of the same songs.
That's not
But
true.
the ones that I like the most, he hates. And the ones that he likes the most, I hate.
Whatever. He's right. He's right. So, this song anyway, the takeaway's not about basketball. He's not like, oh, dribbling and blah, 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 blah. Actually, he does say something about a slam. I don't know. I'm not making a good case. I love when he says, alley-oop, boop, boop. I love when he says alley-oop, boop, boop in the bridge. It's great. It's like every time it just pumps me up.
No?
It's like if I was playing basketball and then that was on and he said alley-oop, boop, boop, that's the moment where I'm saucing the ball in there. It doesn't matter how bad I am. That's a slam
And
dunk.
that's how Aiden chooses basketball.
Airbud could not defeat me in that moment. So, and then yeah, so the actual meaning of the song, in my opinion, it's a song about feeling excluded. He's basically, and I think that it does. Did you say like early 2000s rock?
Yeah.
Like high school music?
Yes, high school punk rock.
Because I feel like this is it's like a good song for kind of more like younger teenagers as far as the theme of it, about kind of like, because I feel like I can't relate now so much, but when I was younger I could definitely relate to a song like this, where it's like you want to be included in something, but you feel like you don't feel like you're wanted there, so it's like you almost like asking for reassurance, like he just wishes that somebody would express that they want him there, because he can't throw the basketball into his own arms, he can't play it by himself, but he doesn't want to be a part of it just to be a part of it. He wants to like be accepted and welcomed, and feel cared about, which I guess actually is something that everybody could relate to. So I think that the like kind of that meaning in the song makes me like it more. I do like the music too, but I mean, this song, I think we can all agree it's better than our next song, Sheraton Commander.
I disagree.
Really?
Yeah.
Caleb, why don't you start us off with Sheraton Commander? I didn't skip anybody for basketball, did I?
No.
Okay, good. Good.
Alright, so honestly, like, I like the vibe in the beginning, how it's like unsettling violins. It doesn't sound good, but it's cool.
Everything you look for in an album.
And then it transitions to the song, and then like the second part of it is really upbeat, and I feel like they did it really good, and I like the riff to it, and it's short, but I like it. It gives me Taste Like Pain vibes, how it's like
yeah,
short,
it kind of does.
but it has like an unsettling kind of vibe to your ears.
Thank goodness this song was short.
Elaborate. It's your turn.
This is like a ballad. I was like, you could have called this song The Ballad of George Washington. So we just renamed a Weezer song. And it feels like it should be in a movie.
They said it couldn't be done.
Yeah, but it's been done. I feel like it could be in a movie. Like I was thinking like end of a Disney movie, like right after like the big thing happens.
Right
and
after
kinda
Bambi's
like,
mother died.
Yeah, that's why do we have to bring that up?
Can you put that together and put it in the video?
Show the
Yeah.
replay right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So viewer discretion is advised.
Sorry, please continue.
This is a ballad for like a cartoon. It reminds me of. I
Okay.
feel like it's like it's a ballad.
Steven, what did you think?
It's just short and weird. Like, I don't get it. And
I don't either.
it's very forgettable.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've probably listened to it 3 times ever.
Sheraton Commander is the name of a hotel.
Is it?
Oh, like the Sheraton? Yeah.
So
The hotel's nicer than the song.
For sure. I've never been there, but
Probably.
they probably have a hot tub too. I love hot tubs. It's great.
that was another thing I googled during the song. Like,
Hmm.
what does Sheraton Commander even mean? It's a hotel? Okay.
I thought it was like a rank in the army.
That's
Well,
what I
He's not
thought.
just a regular commander. He's a Sheraton commander.
Well, he brings up George Washington, so maybe
Yeah.
there was some commander named Sheraton that the hotel was named after. Who knows?
The mic's definitely picking up the water running through the wall. So if you wanted to cut this part when you're editing.
Welcome back to WEEZCAST.
All right. Or you can leave it in. It doesn't really matter. Whatever's
I'll embarrass
easiest.
you.
What? Water runs through these walls. It's fine. All right. So, let's see. Is it dark enough to see the stars?
I wonder
I
who
see
and where
what
they
you
are.
did.
Wow.
I
Looked
see what
up
you
as
did
you
there.
turned the light
That's a
bulb on.
bummer. You probably shouldn't have done that. Wait a minute.
Solitude.
I didn't give my opinion of Sheraton Commander.
Oh,
I didn't go.
ruined
You
it.
were done, right?
What's your opinion?
Not good. This song definitely, I think this album's really good. I really like this one, but this song brings it down in score. This song sounds nice, kind of, at some parts, but it's kind of odd, and I don't love it that much. The solo is okay, which is, for Weezer, surprising, because usually it's great solos. And I don't like the marching drums, and then the violin and everything. I just feel like it kind of sounds bad. It kind of sounds bad. I would put it in probably top 10 worst Weezer songs. But not because it's really awful, just because most of Weezer's songs are really good. It's not as bad as Da Vinci. Nothing's as... Actually, that's not true. Whatever.
Getting
That's
off
your
track.
favorite. That's your
I'm
favorite.
getting off track.
It's not my favorite, but Da Vinci's really
So
good.
I have a question.
And this is not even the worst song on the album.
Is it dark enough to see the stars?
No, I wonder who and where they are.
Well, we're not outside, so I don't know.
I think we'll hear Eeny Meeny Caleb soon.
Eeny, meeny, Caleb.
Eeny Meeny.
So it's me.
I think I'm having a stroke. It's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I love how catchy this song is, and the bridge, when there's the backup vocals, I also really like that. It's very replayable, and it's a very catchy song. I really like it.
He's just right. Steven?
I mean, you can't really be wrong if you're just saying what your opinion is.
The opinion is correct. Something you're not familiar with for your self all the time.
Well, the song is the best one so far.
He's right. I think.
I agree.
It's catchy. It's not bad. It does slow down a lot for the bridge, which kind of ruins it. Doesn't ruin the whole song, but
Oh, the best part of the song ruins it? Okay.
it's not even. It just slows down. Why? But anyways, it's definitely one of the best songs on the album, for sure.
What do you like about it?
That it sounds good.
Okay. Fair enough.
I wrote best one yet. I'm a sucker for a good harmonica. I think it should be in every
You
song.
would love Prison.
Yikes.
That just took a... I feel
did
like
say we could
from
say
that laugh.
anything.
I think I almost passed out from that laugh. It's just wow.
And I wish I could play the harmonica better so I could throw it into more songs as I'm listening. But this song had a real folky vibe, and I like that. I got the folk and kind of subtle, very, very subtle, dare I say country, but more folk. That's what made this song excellent. And also, I'm getting the Reliant K Christmas.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I like it. Is that it?
That's it.
What I have... Let's go! That's what I wrote. There's a lot of O's in there. One of my favorite Weezer songs ever. I absolutely love this song. The acoustic guitar, the tambourine, and the harmonica together is magnificent at the beginning. And it just feels so Christmassy. So Christmassy. It's amazing. It's so catchy and sad and relatable and amazing. The bridge, I love the way that... Another thing that makes it more Christmassy is the way that it goes to a bridge and then has a key change. Because it's tons of Christmas songs. Christmas songs, especially old ones, they always have key changes. So that key change adds a lot. But, I don't want to die alone, Lord. I'm running out of hope. I don't want to die alone. It's oh my gosh.
Basketball.
Yeah, something interesting actually, because one lyric, because we're gonna actually get to this more a couple songs from now, But one of the things that Weezer did because they were going for specific, like, they had basically a list of different, like, vibes or elements that they wanted in each of the seasons separately. And there was various different, like, religious atmospheres involved, which sometimes kind of throws stuff in that I don't know how to feel about it. But anyway, but one of the things when this one, at the beginning of the song, when he says, why was I ever born and why did God make me? He must have been high when he dropped me down here. At first I thought he was saying, like, God was, like, high on drugs. Like, why would he do that? And then I was like, I don't really like that. But then I'm like, oh, he must have been high when he dropped me down here. Because it's, like, such a far drop and he's so, messed up or whatever. Or, like, there's something wrong with him. So I think, did anybody else have any thoughts on that?
I mean, it's a play on words.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You think it's like a double? Okay.
A double entendre? Is that what that is?
I think so. I think usually that's like in a dirty context, though.
Oh,
I
yeah,
feel
you're right. Wow.
We don't support that here on WEEZCAST, Ciaran. So don't look at them. Look at me. All right. Yeah, I'm really glad that this song made it on the album and that it wasn't the one that got away.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Caleb, what do you think?
Interesting. That was not it. So I'm trying to debate between Dark Enough to See the Stars and this one, but I might like this one more.
Really?
Yeah. I like this song a lot, and I like the second verse, especially with the guitar on and off. I like the solo a lot. I like the verses, chorus, bridge, everything about it. I can't complain about it. I like every part about it.
Cool.
Pretty strong.
Steven?
Yes?
I want to know what you think, and also I'm really hoping you say the thing that I'm pretty sure you said to me about this song before, about the hair. Is that in your notes? Do you just go ahead and say what you got to say? I'll bring it up. If
I don't
need to.
remember actually ever saying anything to you about the song, and I don't know what you mean about the hair.
Okay, then you just go right ahead.
When it started out, I was like, oh no, it's another slow song with his terrible singing. But then it sped up. I was like, oh, it's actually good. And then when it slows down again, usually I hate it when it slows down because it's like a drop, and it's like doesn't sound good or feel good. But in this one, it like keeps a really groovy beat. It actually changes the beat a little bit, and it's like, oh, it's interesting still, even though it's slowed down. So it was really good. And yeah, I think this is my favorite one on the album as well.
Bro, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I like the way he says inappropriate.
Usually you don't like the way he says stuff, so that's a nice change.
Well, it's either or. Usually I do like it or I don't.
Inappropriate. Just like the double entendre.
Oh, yeah.
All comes full circle.
Yeah, that was also inappropriate.
Well, it was. Anyway, go ahead, Ciaran.
I think this song, it like draws you into how he's feeling. You're like, this guy's hurting. This is another song about a lost love. There can never be too many songs apparently about that. And for some reason, Basketball was giving me those vibes as well. I know it was about loneliness or whatever, but it was making me think about, oh no, maybe there's something else. So this one was just like, I was getting the same thing from
It's like a sequel to Basketball, maybe?
It is like a sequel to Basketball, but also I think it did a better job at drawing you into the emotion.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Because it's not about basketball.
Could use more harmonica.
You can never have too much harmonica.
Amen.
Is that it?
That's it.
Fair enough. I'm going to say that I think I definitely like Dark Enough to See the Stars better, but this song's pretty close, and this song was actually my number 5 most played song last year on my Spotify, which was very surprising. I was very thrown back. But I do really, I love this song a lot, but not as much as Dark Enough. So that's kind of weird. I love the pacing of the intro. I actually really liked how it started out slow, and he has a lot of emotion in his voice. And yeah, like, I think that this one is a really good example of Weezer doing this well, where they show like where River shows what he's feeling, and like with the lyrics he says like about her, basically something about her not needing him anymore, or like you have someone to approve you, good job, way to go. He's kind of being sarcastic, and like she found somebody. he still hasn't. He's a little bit bitter, I think. And then something that I thought of this time reading the lyrics that I've never thought of before is the note about when we had that hurricane, someone's notebook blew away, but I don't think it was mine. I think it was yours. I think I might be wrong. Maybe I'm getting way too.
You're being drawn.
Maybe
into
I'm
for
reading
sure.
into it too much. But I think that he's probably saying the hurricane was probably the storm in the relationship, whatever made things end. And when he's saying that the notebook that blew away was hers, not his, is that she's the one who changed. Whenever the crap hit the fan, she's the one who changed, not him. That's what I'm guessing that means by that. And sweet solo, very groovy. I love that the rhythm guitar is like very abrupt. The drums are very abrupt, and the solo just kind of takes you on a little trip. Lots of trips on this. It's like Christmas vacation. Let's go on some Weezer instrumental trips.
So what did I say about the hair?
Oh yeah, he says you. Oh yeah, you look good and your hair is full. And you were like, oh good, she's not balding. I'm pretty sure you said that to me. Somebody did.
That's a red
I don't
flag.
remember.
Well, it's not a red flag because she has her hair.
Yes.
Her hair is full.
Green
She's not
flag.
balding. There's no need to be alarmed.
But you like dark enough to see the stars better, so why don't you get me? In my view. That sucked, but...
No, it's okay. That's what we do here. We have crappy segues. But I did want to say too, actually, on the note of like just the like him acknowledging that she looks good or whatever, and it's just like he's bitter, but he also sees her, and it's like it stirs up all those emotions, and it's like I want to hate you, but you're so beautiful, you know?
I hate that.
Yeah. So it's like, why don't you get me?
Oh, but
It was like Caleb's,
That was
but
better.
worse.
That was...
No, it was worse.
I feel like yours was better.
So fun fact about this song, I think Ciaran's probably the only person who doesn't know this, as well as probably everyone watching.
you'd be
You
surprised.
guys know this. This song is a vinyl exclusive. Each of the Four Seasons albums has a track that is not on Spotify. It is only on the record. So I never heard this song until the record released, and the records came out a year after. So like I pre-ordered the day that each of the albums came out,
That's
but
why
they
he
ship a
waited.
year later. So I did listen to this track on YouTube prior, but I never threw on the record itself and listened to it.
I definitely knew that.
So Steven, what do you think of this this addition to the album?
It was I think it was like it matches the album pretty well. Which isn't really a good thing because I don't like most of the album. But this song I would say is more on the good side of the album. Side B is the good side. And
No way, this guy's for real. He's pranking us. It must be April 1st.
I need to know what Steven's favorite band is. Either that or he's just a very critical music guy. Which is fine.
I'm pretty critical of Weezer. I think because these guys are so like they love it so much, I have to be the devil's advocate a lot of the time.
That's
and
fair.
say,
That's
you
what we
know,
need.
Yeah, you need that.
It's not that good. But in this song, I felt kind of conflicted about it actually because I was enjoying it partly, but then partly wasn't. And so I'm like trying to pick it apart in my brain. I noticed that the bass was sick as frick, and I wanted to just like rip that beat out of the song and like keep it, and then like throw away the singing because I didn't like the singing in that song. So it's like I love it and I hate it.
Okay. Caleb?
I think this is the worst bonus song we've had so far, honestly.
I think so too.
I actually kind of hate this. So I've heard this before on YouTube as well, but I don't like it. It sounds like Scott or someone in the band does not know how to play keyboard, and they put on some random setting, the worst setting, and then they
Like
just
you're at a
started
carnival,
banging.
right?
Yeah, and they just started banging.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds
It
like.
does sound pretty bad.
Yeah.
What did you think of this song? I know you don't have context to hearing the rest of the album without it for so long, but...
Yes, I have zero context since I've never heard any of these songs before. But it's not my favorite. However, as all the songs, they basically all have a pre-bridge instrumental or guitar solo. And this one was one of the better ones.
Okay.
But overall, not a fan. But that part was good.
Fair. So the last time I listened to this song on YouTube, I actually really enjoyed it, and I thought, you know what? I think I like this one. But listening to it today, I didn't really like it, and it kind of brought the religious vibe into it with the like, I don't know, the lyrics in the first verse were weird, and the music was creepy, and I just felt like it gave me bad vibes, because I don't really like. I get what he's saying about you know, like hanging out beside your bedroom door, about like having like a crucifix on the wall or whatever, maybe. Like I think his like background is Catholic on his dad's side or something.
Oh.
Or anyway, I don't remember exactly, but I don't know. The song just kind of gave me weird vibes, which made me not like it, and the lyrics were kind of stupid. But the end of the chorus, where after he says, "Why don't you get me? Why don't you get me? I get you. Why don't you get me too?" That part was kind of fun, and then to the weird carnival sounding noises that are like, "Why on earth is that what you chose?" I'm really glad this song is the one that is not. I'm glad this one is the one that got away from this album, as is the one that's not on Spotify. So yeah, it's like the chorus is really janky and weird. I think that the song is about being misunderstood, but I don't really get the parallels with each of the verses. Like I don't really get how the chorus and the verses kind of go together. The solo's pretty cool, and River saying, "Oh!" It reminded me of Pinkerton, because he makes noises like that on Pinkerton a lot. So it's kind of funny that he was doing it. It seemed really, really out of place for this song, though. So I thought it was kind of funny. Yeah, it kind of made me wish I was in a deep and dreamless sleep.
Oh.
Which, I'll go first for this one.
Yeah.
And we'll work our way over
You're the
to
one with the
Ciaran
winter
to end
shirt.
off, since this is the last song. I did. I wore my winter shirt for this. We got winter here. We got winter there.
I'm wearing their first
Winter.
album.
Also, if you can see this blanket that's behind us hanging on the couch, this has the 4 seasons because they're all the same picture, and it's like in segments. Steven gave this to me for Christmas, and it's really quite soft and amazing. It's fantastic. So yeah, he ironically is sitting on winter.
Oh.
Which he.
And I'm on
Ironic.
autumn.
Serendipitous.
Yay.
Well, anyway. So the deep and dreamless sleep. I was thrilled during our church Christmas cantata when I realized that deep and dreamless sleep is a lyric in a old Christmas song.
It was all.
Which song was it?
Oh Holy Night.
Oh Little Town of Bethlehem.
Oh Little, yeah.
It was in Oh Little Town of Bethlehem, which made me think, is the deep and dreamless sleep different than what I think that Weezer sang? Because I thought that this was kind of a dark song, and it's like the deep and dreamless sleep is dead. He wants to be dead. It's the cure for all his pain. He just wants to be dead. Because that kind of fits with the whole, you know, sad boy vibes of a lot of Weezer songs. So that's what I thought, but like in that song, which is a Christmas song, and this is a winter album,
with Christmas vibes.
It's doesn't mean that in that song. So I don't really know, but the song really feels like it describes well. It's like that 2 weeks around Christmas and New Year's of like not knowing what day it is and all that and everything. It's like all the calls and the busyness and everything that's going on, and then like all of a sudden then it's after Christmas and it's New Year's and it's like everything's just dead. I don't know, like it suited the album really well, and holy crap, what a finisher. This is one of the best last songs on any album ever, let alone Weezer alone. Like
Better than Thank You and Good Night.
Yeah, like I think Thank You and Good Night is also a really good closer song from Summer. But this one's just phenomenal. It's really just incredible. I think it is better than Thank You and Good Night. The solo at the end is one of my absolute favorite guitar solos ever. I liked it so much I figured out how to play it by ear. There was nothing online on how to play it, so I had to figure it out. And it was tricky. It took a lot of practice, but it was worth it. And Caleb learned it too. And then so we did the 2 octaves of it and played it together. Really, really fun. Like the build up, how it like the song dies down and then it's got the build up on the drums and the guitar's going, and then another guitar joins in, and there's like 3 lead guitars going, and it just goes, it's like a punch to the face that you just love and can't get enough of. It's like, wow, that is absolutely phenomenal. What a finisher. That's my opinion. Caleb?
Very catchy. The second verse, I feel like for this album, a lot of the second verses are my favorite. The way how they transition to their own type of song, I find. And then transitions back into the chorus. And then the bridge also builds up really well. And then also the solo. Since I know how to play it, I appreciate it more. Because before I was like, it's just a solo. It's good, but there's better solos. But now it's like, oh, love this solo so much. Now that I know how to play it, I appreciate it more. So yeah, love the song. I do not want to be in a deep and dreamless sleep while listening to this.
That's good.
It's a pretty good song.
Understatement of the podcast.
I found the drum beat to be pretty irritating. Like at first it's fine because it's like, you know, it's hype, but then it's like he's just whacking the same beat the entire song, and it's like exhausting. It's like, please stop whacking the snare every beat.
I do actually know what you're talking about.
You do?
It never really processed for me before, but I get what you're saying. I disagree with you, but I do see what you mean.
I don't think that I felt this way before when I listened to it, but this time I was like, it was driving me crazy. So, but it's still a good song, and the ending, of course, is absolutely phenomenal, and like just the ending guitar solo raises the rating for this whole album because it's
Actually, that's how I felt.
Did you notice that the last couple notes of it were "Run Raven Run"?
Yeah.
How it
yeah.
had a little throwback to "Run Raven Run."
No, I didn't.
Definitely.
And that's the last song from Autumn.
Which is a way better album.
Holy crap! No,
It's like-
not even close.
It is
3 times
definitely
better.
better.
3 times better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Anyways, I think that's it. Yeah, definitely one of the better songs on the album.
Cool.
This song kind of solidified that it's very like subtle Christmas winter album, and I didn't know that this was their winter album until afterwards. So like when I was listening to this song, I was like, oh, this is very like Christmassy. Like it's giving me all those like the Christmas winter feels, and I didn't know it was a winter album.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's good, not knowing.
Sorry,
that.
I thought I had let you know.
No, but it's good because they're obviously doing a good job of portraying what they're trying to portray. If I didn't know that, and then it just like confirms it. So yeah, I think it's a good way to go out.
Good finisher.
Yeah, that's the last song recorded to date.
Well, no, not the last song recorded to date. I'm sure.
Oh.
It's the last released
recorded song.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're working on an album right now. So
I think we're gonna have bagpipes in the background.
Yeah.
This song needs more bagpipes. All songs need more bagpipes.
Hopefully it won't
and
be that
harmonicas.
Hopefully that won't be that
Oh, I
noticeable.
love the bagpipes.
You would love Scotland.
Oh, I would love
I was
Scotland.
thinking of
He
that.
loves prison in Scotland.
Oh my
Ah,
He's
gosh.
set.
That's my bucket list.
So,
Go to Scotland. Go to
Commit a
prison.
crime.
Yeah.
I might go jaywalk
Can
in
I
Scotland
go
so
with
that
my
they throw me in
final
prison.
thoughts
No, make it
You
an
absolutely
interesting
can.
crime.
Yeah, that's true.
his
Jaywalk
battery's
while
gonna
playing
die
bagpipes.
on his laptop. We're gonna go with his
And
final thoughts.
harmonica.
Yeah. At the
His
same
final
time,
thoughts
too.
and album rating. Huh?
They're not listening to you.
I know, that's fine. Okay, final thoughts and album rating. Caleb, you go first.
Mostly good, not really any complaints. Autumn is better though, but I do appreciate this album, especially at winter and Christmas. That's how I find enjoyment in this album. So yeah. And do I say my rating?
Yeah.
Okay, 3.8.
3.8 out of 5?
Yeah.
Steven?
Side A pretty much sucks. Iambic Parameter is pretty good, but the rest of the songs suck.
I'm so offended.
Side B is pretty good. This album is not nearly as abrasive as Summer, but it's a lot like more boring, but it's still better. And like I already said, the last ending of the last song really like brings it up there because it's really great. So I give it 2 out of 5.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm
I
gonna
know
save.
Steven likes Autumn better.
I'm gonna save you for last.
Okay.
All right. And also, we're gonna want to know your favorite song too.
Oh.
Even though I think you did say which one was your
Yeah.
favorite, but we'll reiterate that. My final thoughts: there are a couple of weak songs that bring it down, and the vinyl bonus definitely did not help. But it also has some absolutely amazing songs on it. It fits the winter vibe really well. It has some great lyrics and some weak ones, and some killer solos. Really great blend of classic Weezer Blue Album sound with Christmas. I give it 4.3 out of 5.
Wow.
Ciaran, what do you think? What's your favorite?
My favorite song?
Yeah, Dark Enough to See
Dark
the
Enough to
Stars?
See the Stars. It's the harmonica.
Gets you every time.
Gets me every time. It's still getting me.
All right, what are your thoughts on the
I-
album as a whole?
Okay, so I'll start off by saying this is not my style of music. This isn't something I would listen to normally. So I was trying to push that aside and listen to lyrics, instrumental, emotion, just kind of see how they did for that style of music, because it's not my thing. So I think they did pretty well. You can tell, I'm going to bust out some Weezer knowledge, that the lead singer and the drummer have been playing together for a long time. The whole Weezer tenure, right? From 1986 till now. You can tell.
1986.
Well, they established.
Oh,
they started
okay.
in '92.
I thought he was saying 96 for Pinkerton, but
No. '92 is when Weezer banded, and Pat and Rivers have both been in the band since the start.
Yeah, you can tell with this album. You can tell. But anyways, I said actually 3.8 as well, because
Really?
I appreciate the, I guess, diversity of songs. They're not all the same. They're very different. And I think that the last song and Dark Enough to See the Stars definitely bring it up. And I can see how, if this is like a genre of music, especially if it's kind of like that punk rock genre, if that's like your thing, this would be higher for sure.
It is pretty different from all of Weezer's albums.
Is
the
it?
rest of their albums, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it does have, like, elements
You're
of
right.
Blue and stuff, but I highly recommend a lot of their other albums. But, cool.
3.8.
3.8, not bad.
Solid rating in my
I can
books.
live with that. Stevens, I'll get over it eventually. It's fine.
Guess how many stars Autumn got?
4.
You
Point.
were there.
Five.
I
What
was
was it?
guessing because I forget.
I'm pretty sure it was 5.
I'm pretty sure mine was 5.
I gave...
Like perfect.
Like, perfect.
I think mine was 4.9 or 5.
I don't remember what I gave Autumn. I think it was 3 point something. Like a high 3. And then the best one is Spring. 4.4 I gave it. And then-
Spring's the best. The first one of this series.
Yeah.
Autumn is...
Yeah, Spring's just, like, absolutely incredible.
I
But,
think I also gave Spring a 5. Cause
Yeah?
They're both really good, yeah.
so...
Summer and Winter are both not good.
We're still going to be doing WEEZCAST Plus.
Winter's okay.
It's not the end for
what I
the
can say.
WEEZCAST crew. This is not the last you will see of us. But it is the end of WEEZCAST for now. It's not WEEZCAST Plus. So, thank you, Ciaran, for being here.
Thanks for having me.
It has been excellent having you. And thank you for watching, whoever you may be. Comment down below what you think of WEEZCAST.
Or don't.
Or don't.
We
We're
want
the
to see a
Squirrel.
lot of comments.
We want to see you in the
The
comment
most
section.
comments.
Sponsor us. Yeah, so thank you, Ciaran. Thank you, everyone. This has been another episode of WEEZCAST. Thank you and good night.
Bye.